How's it going, guys? Jake and Chris here. Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. As you can see, Chris is running the log truck, and I got my dump trailer here behind us. He has got a beautiful white oak saw log in the grapple now, and we got two others over here accompanied by a small butternut log. We are going to be loading these up in the trailer here today, as well as taking home some more ash firewood poles that we got out in the back. Chris also has his truck here with the dump insert in it, so we are trying to kill two birds with one stone by taking home saw logs and firewood poles. Smooth like butter.
Butter through knife.
Here's number two. Chris just took a little slip. And all these logs we took down the tree actually just yesterday. Beautiful white oak, as I mentioned. Biggest one probably being this third one. And it's probably about 20 inches diameter, straight as an arrow, no crotches. We cut them to 13 feet to be able to fit in the trailer here. We're hoping to make some 4x4 beams or cants out of them, both for Chris's chicken coop as a new roof structure over his chicken coop, and depending on how much we have left, potentially some support beams for a new shelter that I want to be building over the log splitter out in the woodyard. So these things are going to be going to great use. The tree was standing dead. It was super crispy at the top. All the tops were just, falling apart as we cut it down. So we're hoping that the trunk doesn't have too much moisture left in it, but it's beautiful wood. We're looking forward to it. So in addition to the ash we're gonna try and take home, we also have this beautiful hickory here. These things were also stone dead, RTB, ready to burn. So we're gonna be loading some of that up, probably in Chris's truck. But we got the 3 oak logs loaded in, and we're gonna be moving on. So here is the beautiful pile of ash that we have stockpiled over here. Nice straight pieces, barely any crotches in them. Should make some real nice firewood for splitting at the wood yard. Over here we have clearly a massive elm stump cut, like a butt log, and then some huge elm pieces as well that are going to be going through our buddy's large, very big chainsaw mill. So that will be pretty cool to see what comes of those. But Chris just pulled the truck up. As you can see, we're going to be loading up his truck and my trailer. now that we got pretty much the whole deck of the trailer filled up, we're going to put on one more top layer, kind of crest it up for the straps to hold on tight, because we have these sides here, so kind of need a little bit of elevation to keep the straps tight. So we're going to throw on some of this stone dead hickory as the little cherry on top, and we will be on our way. I've shown my truck loaded with the dump trailer loaded with logs in the past. I've always had some questions about how the truck handles the weight, and you know what, it handles it really well. I have a 14,000 pound hitch on the back of the truck paired with a 14,000 pound pintle. It's a 14,000 pound trailer. I have upgraded, drilled, and slotted brakes, and as well as airbags to help level out the back of the truck. So right now you can see, as long as you load the trailer pretty evenly, dispersed, so that you have some tongue weight, but not too much, the truck really doesn't sag all that much at all. So the truck handles it really well. It's also chipped and tuned, so it does a real good job of handling this stuff. And again, all this wood is really dead and pretty dry, so it's not like this is a full load of green, heavy, wet logs. Okay, so we are all strapped down. Chris is strapped down. We're gonna head out. We will reconvene back at the wood yard for dumping. Well guys, we made it back to the wood yard. We got the trailer in position. Chris is getting out the dump controller, and we're gonna unstrap it and dump the load right here. I did a little reorganizing yesterday. I didn't make a video on it because it was so cold. But I think my new plan of attack is all my new logs coming in are gonna be over here, and we're gonna use this whole spot to kind of line them up perpendicular to the hill here. And over here yesterday, I took out all the oak from all the piles so that we can get that split up as soon as possible and drying sooner rather than later. And then we got this pile of cherry and some maple over here in front of the tractor, which would be next to work on. But since all this is already really dry, dead hickory and ash, we're just gonna stockpile this into the big pile over here, and we can get to that later because it'll dry a lot faster. All right, guys, bit of a technical difficulty here. Temperatures have been in the teens the past few days, and I have not had the trailer plugged into its actual battery charger. So I think the battery is just so drained down that it won't go up any farther. I have it plugged into my truck, which is like the backup, source of power here. Straight from the battery, hot wired to my truck's batteries. But I think the battery's just so dead it doesn't have enough juice. It's trying, it doesn't have enough juice. So I think we're going to have to postpone the dumping of this maybe till tomorrow, and I'll get the trailer plugged in and we can go from there. But we're stuck at about like a third of the way dumped here. So to be continued. Well, Chris came up with the idea to jump the battery off of his truck. We'll see if this works or not. Yeah, here we go. Well, guys, it wasn't the most glorious dump, and it was definitely a dark one, but we got it unloaded. The trailer is done. Chris's idea for jumping it with his truck as well as mine worked. He's gonna dump off his logs right now, and we got it out. So that'll make it plenty easier for me to get the trailer up, buy a power source, plug it in, and have her charge up for the next couple days. So yeah, all in all, success. All right, guys, so we are back the next day. It got pretty dark last night. We ran into some issues dumping the load due to my battery on the dump trailer being drained from all the cold weather we've been having. So I just went ahead and put the Wicked Grapple on the tractor for the first time in actually quite some time. I haven't been doing much tree work jobs just because of the weather and it's been so cold. But I think I mentioned in the earlier footage how I kind of rearranged some stuff back here. I got all the oak, dug that out of a pile that was over there because I want to get all this stuff split up first. That way it has a little bit longer to dry. And then I moved like the little trailer and some IBC totes and the old ballast box that was over in this corner. And I'm going to be making this into kind of like my log pile area. So as you can see, I've started piling up some of the logs that I have, and we're just going to, fill in as much, room as it takes, or with as much wood as I bring home. So I am going to be using the Wicked Grapple now to move some of these logs. Now keep in mind, we do have these 3 white oak logs on the bottom. Those are going to be for the sawmill, or Chris's chainsaw mill. And we are going to be putting those, over here to mill up at a future date. So yeah, I'm gonna throw the camera on a tripod. I'm going to put on my 3M work tunes, fire up the podcasts I've been listening to, and get to work. Okay, so the Everything Attachments Wicked Grapple made quick work of that log load. You can see I was able to stack it up nice and tall, definitely taller than the tractor. I'm about the same height as me, so I'm about like 6 foot tall. So it's nice, the grapple over the pallet forks, you have a lot more control over the placement of where the logs ultimately go, and you have that top lid, as I'm sure you could see, the load kind of dumped out at a weird angle. So I was kind of using the top lid to pull the logs out and kind of straighten them out. That way it could get a good flush grab on them. But it works really well, especially for stacking up the logs. You just have more control versus using the pallet forks. So that's the end of that. It is a beautiful day here, so I'm probably gonna wrap up this video here and start cutting up and bucking up some of this red oak to get ready for some splitting action coming up in the next day or so. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to go back in the library of videos. We have tons of videos on the Wicked Grapple, on chippers, on tree work, all that good stuff that you guys are interested in. If you like the video, give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, click that subscribe button down below. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers within the next couple weeks or so. We're getting pretty close, so I'd really appreciate that. Any questions, comments, or feedback on any of the equipment or what we were doing here today, stick it down in the comments section. But for now, I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.